Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I was thinking, as we were going to brunch today, I was looking out at the sky and how it looked like it was just about to start snowing. Snowing? How it looked like it was just about to start snowing. And I was like, you know how I talk about how some days seem like Mondays, like a Tuesday will feel like a Monday and whatever. And I was like, where's your wife today? I know, she's home. It's cold, it's snowing, she's at home inside. She's a fair weather girl. Have a good one. So anyway, we were on our way to brunch today, and my favorite neighbors walked by within the first minute of the vlog. Then that is a good sign. Anyway, so I was thinking, today feels like a Sunday. Today looks like a Sunday. It feels like a Sunday. But I am in just such a good mood. Okay, so let's do a little time and temperature check, shall we? Are you guys ready? You ready? You can't see it from up here, but are you ready for the temperature? Okay. So it is currently 3:34. Hold on. 3:34 p.m. on this is the coldest vlog that I've done this year so far. I think it's going to be a really cold winter this year. Alex was like, just vlog inside. And I was like, no, it feels so good. It's fresh outside. It's snowing. I was like, I want to sit outside on the front porch. So it is 35 degrees right now. And do you see? It says snow shower. Do you see that? It is 35 degrees. It says occasional snow continuing through 6 p.m. Look at the little, do you see it's like snowing on the video thing? So, Walter and Otis just experienced their very first snowfall. It's so cool having little puppies like that because, I mean, it's been so long that every first for them, I'm always like, oh my God, this is their first. And so when I brought them outside, it's not snowing that heavy right now. It's real light. When we were coming home, it was it's not sticking to the ground or anything like that. But my husband, he hates cold and he hates snow. And I was like, it's Christmas, it's snowing outside. And he goes, it's gross, I hate it. Alex hates it. I was texting Mel and I was like, I think when we were going to brunch, it's getting colder because it was 37 when we were going to brunch. And I texted her and I said, it's 37. And I said, it's snowing. And she said, not jealous. It's 84 here in Arizona. I was like, oh my God, 84. I'd be laying out outside. But Alex hates the cold and he hates the snow. And I was like, it's Christmas. It's snowing. I said to him on the way home, I go, what if we get so much snow that there's a snow day tomorrow and then you have to stay home from work? And he goes, we're not getting a snow day tomorrow. He goes, it's not even sticking on the ground. I go, you're ruining the magic, Alex. Can we just dream up a snow day? By the way, okay, if you did not watch my vlog from yesterday, what I talked about was it yesterday's vlog? That on Friday, I got so much done, and I completely cleaned out. There is literally not one bit of laundry. I think there's a blanket in the dryer right now, and that's not true. Okay, there's one bin of t-shirts in the basement that I still have to go through. There's probably only 50 t-shirts in there. So I have that to go through. And then literally every piece of clothing in this house is upstairs in the closet that fits. Everything else is bagged up for donations. So I am so excited because I can just go into the closet and I can just pick out anything that I want to wear, which also means I have to purchase a couple new things. I need I need a pair of black jeans, first of all. And then I want to buy maybe another 2 pairs of jeans. I love the Buffalo brand. They usually are having sales, so I'm going to get on there today and go in and look. I don't need any sweaters, but I might buy a sweater or two. Not from Buffalo, but I'm just kind of looking right now. When I see something I like, I'll get it. I've got enough workout clothes. I've got 6 pairs of workout shorts. Alex asked me today, he was like, are you going to wear your tights on your walk tonight? Because we passed this guy and he had the walking tights on with these shorts. I go, I might. It's cold outside tonight. I'm going to have to wear I can't wear my shorts. I don't need any workout clothes. I've got 6 pairs of shorts. I've got the new, I got 2 or 3 pairs of walking, they're tighter, I wouldn't necessarily call them sweatpants, I don't know what you call them, not Lululemon, I can't afford all that stuff, they were Amazon, they were $20 or $30, but they're really nice. So, I have like 3 pairs of those. I have t-shirts and hoodies and stuff too. I have so many hoodies. I don't need another hoodie. That's probably the thing I will buy is more hoodies. I have coats this is my new coat, for my new winter coat. And I have all this stuff from the past that it was like hanging in the closet. It was like folded up in the bins. I didn't know like what fit me and what didn't. So the other day, I went through everything. I've done like so many loads of wash this weekend. So everything that is in the closet, I mean, I just like go and stand in my closet. I'm like, oh my God, it looks so nice. Alex goes, does my side look nice? I go, your side always has looked nice. But I had all this stuff in my closet that like never fit. Like it was either too small or it was too big and it never fit. So now I know, like when I go into my closet, I mean, it's literally like I have cut down. I probably got rid of 2/3 of the stuff that I had in my closet. Like literally. There's room to buy a lot of stuff, but I don't need to right now. But I like everything that's in my closet, I can just like pull out and wear. I know that sounds, I don't know, like, I'm sure to everybody else, because I said that to Alex, and he's like, yeah, but it's always been the case. I go, no, because like I would pull out a shirt and I would like start buttoning it up and I'd be like, oh, this is way too tight. Or I would pull out like a t-shirt or something and I was like, this thing is like a 3XL, it's not going to fit. I said, so no, that's not true. I said, but I know, because I have literally tried on everything that is in the closet. That's what I did on Friday. I tried it all on. I washed everything that was like, had been in there for a while. Everything that was in the closet that I had gone through the bins. Everything in the basement, I like hung on hangers. It's all hanging. So everything in the closet, now I can just go in there and pick it up. It looks so nice because I'm so organized. I have like all my pants organized by like cords and jeans. And then I have like my sweaters and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I'm very proud of the closet, the organization that I did. But I have not worn this shirt in so long. Look at this little rugby shirt deal that I have going on. Isn't it so cute? So you'll start seeing a lot of, well, probably not on videos because actually this is funny. One of my rows of t-shirts that I have in my closet, I put new contacts in today, and my one contact keeps on like clouding over. I don't know why. If you wear contacts, I feel like this happens to me. Like the first day that I put new contacts in, it always takes a little while for them to adjust. But anyway, I feel like it's kind of like, what was I saying? The contacts, what was I saying before that? I just lost my mind. Anyway, the closet. I'm very excited about the closet. So I literally have, what was I saying before that? I was going to say something that was very, very important. Probably not. Here's my coffee today. It's Highlander Grog, which is not one of my favorites, but all their coffee kind of tastes the same. What was I going to tell you? Oh, it rained all last night. So the ferns are getting snowed on right now. As soon as I get done with this, my plan was to take them in yesterday, but it started raining really early, and I was like, okay, this will give them like one last night. I didn't think it would get that cold this early, but like when I went to bed and when I got up, it had dropped like 20 degrees. So I'm gonna, as soon as I get done vlogging, I'm taking them upstairs to the bathroom. They look pretty good right now. You can see. You want to see them? Hi, girls. How we doing? The mums not doing so good, but they're doing pretty good. I think they look pretty good. So they're going upstairs to the bathroom where they're going to live for the winter. Winter, chicken dinner. Anyway, I was going to say something. Now I can't remember what I was going to say about the closet. Oh, I know what I was going to say. If you wiggle your toes, my old roommate told me this, the one that lives in Berlin now. She always had like the most useless information, but a lot of times it turned out to be true. I don't know if this is true or not, but she used to say this. If you wiggle your toes, it sets off neurons in your brain and it helps you remember things. I always wiggle my toes when I can't remember something, and 9 times out of 10 I remember it. But I didn't do it this time, I just said it. But anyway, why am I in such a giggly mood today? Oh my God, I was gonna do this whole video. Do you guys know who the giggling grandma was? She murdered her whole family. I saw this thing come up on the Facebook and I was like, I have never heard of her before, and I think I'm gonna do like a whole video about it. I actually took it off my list of videos because it's been up there for like a month now and I haven't done the video. But if you guys if you're into true crime at all, I had never heard of her before. Apparently there's Datelines and they've done all kinds of stuff about her. But she was like this grandma that like killed her whole family and all these other people. She was like a serial killer. And they called her the giggling grandma because when they would like interview her and ask her questions, she just like, So horrible, isn't it? But anyway, oh, so speaking of, like I said, because I was showing you my rugby shirt. Isn't it so nice? But I was like, my dad wore a lot of, you know what? This might be my dad's. Although, you know what I think? Oh, it is. It's Ralph Lauren. My dad didn't. He wore, I can't remember. I think he wore Patagonia ones. I think maybe I got this at a thrift store, actually. But my dad used to wear a lot of these rugby shirts with like, I kind of like, today, this outfit is very much giving my dad. Because, well, besides the Ugg boots. But you can see I have the jeans with the hole in the knees. And then I have the Ugg boots on. Other than the Ugg boots, my dad wore, the whole time that I was growing up, I gotta call my dad here in a second. I have some kind of something sad to share here, but we'll get to that in just a second. I have to call my dad about something kind of sad. Anyway, I'm gonna do that when I get off here. Well, I'll take the ferns and I'm gonna call my dad. When I was growing up, my dad, he had this pair, he still has them, this pair of Fry boots. They were like Fry cowboy boots. I didn't even know that they were Fry until years and years later, and I asked my dad, I said something to him, like he had all this stuff in his closet, and I was like, these boots that you used to wear, could I have them? And he was like, no. He was like, those are like Fry boots from the 70s. He's like, I still wear them from time to time. I was like, oh, you do? Okay. So anyway, but they're square toe boots. And my dad would wear them with like, all my dad's jeans had like holes in the knees. That was like before it was like, you know, like trendy. It's not really trendy now, but you know, back in the day when it was. And he'd wear like, because my dad traveled so much and did like medical missions and stuff like that. And so like, he would have like t-shirts from different places that he went, the islands and stuff like that. So he would wear like, always a trucker hat. But like my dad like wore, like this is a trucker hat you buy. It's like, to be like fashionable. My dad wore like real trucker hats. My aunt and uncle, well my uncle's since passed, but my aunt, my dad's sister are farmers. So they would interact with a lot of like, you know, people that were like, you know, drove semis and stuff. And so my dad would say, can you get like trucker hats from them and stuff? Because they knew people at like the co-ops and whatever. So, Farmers Bureau Co-op and things like that. My dad would wear those like trucker hats. So my dad kind of had it styling long before. I can remember thinking like, it's so funny because I look back on that. I always kind of thought my dad kind of like, but back then my dad was kind of trendy. So he would wear like a lot of rugby shirts though with like jeans and holes in them and these like Fry boots and like he had a beard just like me and like a trucker hat. Yeah, I kind of do kind of look a little bit like I look a lot like my dad actually. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I said you'll start seeing a lot of different things on here as far as like fashions. I have this favorite thing. Hold on, I gotta show you this. I bet I can find it because I know that it says Brenda in it. This is like one of my favorite memes of life. Hold on a second. It's this cat with this thing on her head. She says, it's called fashion, Brenda. Have you guys ever seen this before? Oh my god, I love this so much. It's this cat with this thing on her head, and so it says at the top of it, it's highlighted because I just looked at Brenda, but it says, it's called fashion, Brenda, look it up. Why is that one of my favorite things ever? Anyway, it's called fashion, Brenda. So you won't be seeing a lot of different things when I'm filming my videos. It is really, really cold out here. Because, I actually have a row of t-shirts in my closet that are all just filming t-shirts. Because there's certain t-shirts I wear just for filming. Like, I have like, probably 5 or 6 black t-shirts. Like, that blue t-shirt I got at J. Crew with the heart on the shoulder. I would wear that. Well, these t-shirts I would wear out, too. But those are ones that I specifically wear for, like, filming. So I have, like, a row of just filming t-shirts so I can just go in the closet and pick one out. Okay, the reason why this is exciting to me is because for, like, the last, I would say 6 months, and this is why I need to get rid of everything that doesn't fit. It's either too big or too small because, like, I keep all this stuff in the closet and then it doesn't fit. And so we're like in buckets or bins down in the basement or in the closet. So all that stuff is gone except for one bin. I have literally one bin. I went through all these coats downstairs in the basement. I have all this vintage like coats that are really cute. I have this vintage pea coat. I have this vintage like red plaid hunting coat that I used to wear in my 20s that like fits. I have this like cat vest, you know, like cat construction vest. Oh my god. There, for people that tell me I should just zip it up all the way. This blanket, I will tell you, if you're looking for Christmas presents, I was telling Alex we need to buy a couple of these. This blanket is so warm. I think it was like $14.99. the brand is called Ice Out. I don't know where you can buy it. I got it at Costco. It was like $14.99. It is so warm. Because Alex was asking me, he was like about getting a heater out here and stuff like that. I was like, the blanket is warm enough. Like, I am completely warm from like the waist down. I don't, like, this blanket is perfect. I was like, we need to buy some of those for people for Christmas. What was I saying? Shoot, no, I can't remember. It's like really coming down. It's pretty, you can hear it on the leaves. When I brought the dogs out here, it was so cute. Because I was like, will they even notice? You know, like, will they even notice that it's snowing? Like, Tucker and Pee-Pee hated the snow and they hated the cold. Boo Radley, like, when it would snow, or if there was snow on the ground, there's no snow on the ground. So Walter and Otis, like, it's not like they were running through snow. Otis loves the leaves. We had this big pile of leaves underneath the tree where they raked them all up there. I think this week they'll probably take them all away because the tree is almost completely gone from leaves. Here, I'll show you guys. You can't really see the snow on camera at all because it's like lightly coming down, but look at that sky. It's so dark. But anyway, the tree is almost all gone of leaves. But anyway, you can see over here there's like some snow granules. Can you see the snow granules on the table? But anyway, I was like, will they even be able to see it out here, the snow? And they could. I was kind of surprised. Like, they came out here, and I brought them out in the yard, and they both kind of stopped, and they were, like, looking up. Like, they didn't know, like, really what to think of it at first. It was really, really cute. And Otis noticed it more than Walter did, which kind of surprised me. Otis loves to, like, he runs through the leaves. Walter can't really be bothered with the leaves, like the leaf pile. But Otis likes to, like, run through the leaves. It's really cute. So like Walter just stands there on the leash while they're so considerate of each other. It's so sweet. And then they play fight for hours, but like yesterday we were like in bed and they play fought and they play fought and they play fought. Is this the mail? Sounds like the mail. Anyway, then all of a sudden, like we looked over. Oh no, I thought it was coming from that way, but no, it's not the mail. We looked over and they just like face each other and they just like kiss each other. They're so sweet. They're just the sweetest little babies ever. I wrote a new song for them because, you know, I write songs for the dogs. So this was a song that I wrote for them last night, okay, when I took them out one time. And then you can kind of see the snow a little bit coming in front of me. Then every time that I took them out last night, this was the song I sang to them. Are you ready? This is the first, well, not the first one. This is the first one that I can remember that I wrote for Walt. So somebody remember this, because 6 months from now I won't remember it. Best friends and brothers, best friends and brothers, best friends and brothers, yes we are, yes we are. Best friends and brothers, best friends and brothers, best friends and brothers, yes we are, yes we are. And then they sing with me. I was dancing to something yesterday. I think it's like the first time that I've like really been like this. And they were just looking at me and like they didn't, no, maybe it was 2 days ago. Alex wasn't here. So whenever it was that Alex wasn't here, I was like dancing. When was it? Maybe it was Friday night after I got out of the shower and my walk and stuff like that. And I was like dancing around and they were like looking at me like, you're crazy. Like, what are you doing? Anyway. So for like the last 6 months, like I've done like 2 loads of laundry and then I fold everything and then I just like have it on the ironing board in the basement. So like whatever I'm going to wear, like if I'm going out with Caroline the next day, I'll go down there. I don't keep it in the closet. I keep it on the ironing board. I've done that for like 6 months because I've literally been in this transition stage between like 2XL and like an L, depending on what brand I'm wearing. And so like I've just kept the stuff down there. So we couldn't use the ironing board unless we took everything off. And nothing in the closet was anything that I really wore, except for like maybe 3 shirts that buttoned up. So what I'm excited about now is that number 1, the laundry area in the basement is complete. Like the ironing board is completely clear. Like there's 2 empty laundry baskets. Like everything is, like it is clean laundry area down there. I love it. Number 1, number 2, everything I can just walk in the closet. Remember I said this like 2 years ago and then, yeah. But anyway, I'm really happy about it. So, well, before I get to the sad stuff, last night, well, I went on my walk, but my walk got cut short because it started, I didn't even know it was supposed to rain yesterday. I think when I looked at the weather on here, I didn't say it was going to rain. It started like pouring down rain, and it was cold, and I was like, and I was thankfully, I had like gone out and then gone down a street, and when it started, and like out of our neighborhood, so I was coming, like, I was right at the point where like, if I had gone the other direction, I would have been screwed, because I would have had to like, it would have been, but I was like right at kind of like the entrance of the condo, and I was like, just cut it off short. So I came back, came inside, dried off. Alex and I both watched Real Housewives of Orange County, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We watched something else. Oh, it was the first part of the reunion of Orange County. Both episodes were really good. And Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, they're on Below Deck Australia. Well, they're not, I mean, I think they are on one of the episodes, but like they're on Captain Jason's boat. And it's like total fighting. Salt Lake City is such a great, if you're ever wanting to start, I mean, every season of Salt Lake City is fantastic. Every season. It's like premier, messy reality TV. People ask me a lot. They're like, if I'm going to start with the Housewives, where should I start? And I always tell them Salt Lake City. Because it's one of the shortest ones, except for like the revamp of New York. But I wouldn't even mess with that right now because I don't even know what they're doing with casting. My favorite is Atlanta, hands down. So, but like the thing is, if you start watching season 1 of Atlanta, I'm trying to think of who's on there right now. Nobody. Well, Portia, but she's not, I don't think she's on season 1. I don't know what season Portia comes on. It's like really coming down all of a sudden. It's so pretty in the wind and everything out here. I mean, I wouldn't want to sit out here, you know, for hours, but like, I guess I am vlogging, but like, just to sit here and look at it, it's pretty. It's going to be a good day for a nap. I am going to try to take a walk today, but it's going to be probably a much shorter walk. It's just, it's really windy and it's cold, but I'm going to have to start getting used to that. I know Alex said, he goes, now that the whole area is cleaned out there in front of the washing machines and dryers and stuff, I already have the walking pad set up there. He's like, but you can like pick it up and just roll it over. It's real easy to move. He's like, now this is the area that you can put your walking pad. I was like, I don't love the walking pad. I just don't like it. All these people that talk about a treadmill I like, but a walking pad is a lot more narrow. I feel like I'm going to fall, it's narrow and short. I feel like I'm going to fall off of it. So last night, Alex and I, well, when I was uploading the vlog yesterday, I read my chapter in the Haunted Thanksgiving book. Now the snow's coming, appears all over the table. The chapters are so short in that book. I don't mind it. Yesterday's chapter was all about this. So he's like, the husband's like his wife's assistant, and she's like a content creator. He's like a videographer and assistant. And so he's got to call these people and invite them over for Thanksgiving dinner. And this guy was like talking about how he's not on social media, but he finally got on MySpace. The chapter was kind of pointless. But anyway, I think the whole thing's going to come down to this Thanksgiving dinner. So it's like, I think that's why the chapters are so short. I'll have to be honest with you. I like it that the chapters are short. And this book it's good to me. I like this book. But anyway, and then I read something else, listened to my audiobook last night while I walked for a little bit, and then, but I'm not super far in this third Thursday Murder Club book. I'd like to listen to a little bit more of that today. So that'll get me out there to walk. But then Alex and I watched both of the Housewives, and then we watched one, who was on it? Why can't I remember now? I'm like, look, oh, Gina. I'm going to talk about this in my drama video tomorrow. We watched Gina from Orange County and Chriselle from Selling Sunset were on Watch What Happens Live. So if you don't watch What Happens Live, this won't make any sense to you. But, okay, Watch What Happens Live is like the interview show. It's like Johnny Carson late night or whatever. That, or like David Letterman, where they have guests come out. But it's always housewives or like Bravo show celebrities. And they sit in 2 chairs, okay? And then Andy Cohen interviews them. They play funny games. They ask like really like messy questions and stuff. But there's always a bartender. And the bartenders are sometimes people that just like run restaurants in New York City that Andy likes, or they wrote cookbooks or something like that, or they run a podcast. But a lot of times it's like RuPaul's Drag Race queen. Sometimes it's big people on there. Well, when Gina Gershonbaum was on there from Orange County, the bartender was... So Alex the other day, he started watching it, but he didn't finish it. He's like, come down here. It was Trisha Paytas, because she's in Beetlejuice on Broadway. So we watched that episode last night. Andy Cohen even said to her, he goes, the next time that you're on, he was like, you're going to be sitting in one of the 2 seats, not as a bartender. And she was just like, I'm just so happy to be here. But I'm going to talk about that in my drama video tomorrow. So anyway, we watched that, and then I was like, I gotta take a shower, and I gotta lay down. So I took a shower, and I laid down, because I really, really, really wanted to finish. Did I tell you guys I started this the night before? All Her Fault. Did I even say that? Oh, everybody keeps on sending the show to me on Peacock. Like, what's the girl's name? Sarah Snook and Dakota Fanning star in it. And then the guy that plays, his name is Peter on the show. He plays a Sarah, I think her name is Snook. Sarah, maybe? I love her. She's fantastic. She, her husband on the show, Peter Levine, I think is his name, on the show, his character's name. He was in White Lotus. He was in The Staircase. It's interesting because whenever I watch him in something, he's fantastic, but he's really forgettable. Like, I would never, like, I mean, if I saw a picture of him, I'd be like, he's been in something I'd watch. Oh, Apples Never Fall. He was in. And was he in The Staircase? He's been in a lot of really big things and had, like, big roles in them, but I don't even know his name as an actor. But he's good. He's good in, like, everything he's in. But anyway, so last night, I don't know what that transition was. So last night, I was like, I'm gonna, like, I want to finish this tonight. Like, I want to get on to some other things. I want to get back to the BritBox shows. Okay, I will say this about the show. All Her Fault on Peacock is, like, probably one of the best shows I've watched on American television, and this year. I mean, it's probably top 3. Perfect couple. I mean, it's so good. But watching it, I'm still like, British TV has screwed me, okay? Like, I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm almost kind of like, I don't know, like, I'm telling you, like, Shetland, Happy Valley, those shows are just so good. They are just, what did I start last night? I watched, like, 15 minutes of it. It actually takes place it's in Quebec. Three Pines, I think it's called. It's about missing Indigenous women in Canada. But then they go to this small town. It's supposed to be really quirky. A couple of people told me that they really liked it. So I was, like, looking through all my shows. It's not a BritBox show. It's actually just on Amazon Prime. But I started watching that last night. It's like 8 episodes, so I'm going to watch that tonight. The only show I've got to catch up on is Below Deck Mediterranean. Oh, Sister Wives is on tonight, so I'll be watching that. I've got to finish Welcome to Plathville and 1,000 Pound Roomies. That's one of my big plans this week. I also want to watch a couple documentaries, like The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. I want to cover for my TV channel, and a couple other. I think I'm going to go back and, like, Making a Murder and stuff like that. I think I might go back and watch some old documentaries. I've got a list. Like, I know every video that I'm making every day this week. I've got, like, 7 videos or 8 videos every day this week that I could make. So, including Saturday and Sunday, but we'll see how that goes. For every channel. I went through last night. I made a whole list of it up. But anyway, All Her Fault. I was just telling Caroline to watch it. Nikki's watching it right now. Tanya finished it already. I did talk about it because Tanya watched it the night before. She and her husband watched it. There are so many twists and turns on this show. Like, I thought it was just going to be like this kidnapping show. There are so many twists and turns on this show. It is fantastic. But I was telling Alex about it because Alex added it to his list. He's got 1 episode of Dexter left, and then he's got, like, all these. There's some new Spanish. It's new season of a Spanish show that he watches. I can't remember what it's called. Something that he loves. It's one word, Breathe or something like that, maybe. And then I think it's the original Ugly Betty. Like, that he's got one more. Is it like a new season, or is he rewatching the seasons? He loves the original of it, not like the U.S. version, but like the original. So he's, like, got a new season of that out or something. I don't know. But anyway, he was telling me he's got, like, 6 shows to watch. So he's like, well, I'll add this to my list. Alex can sit and binge watch a show in one setting, though. I was kind of surprised last night because I was on episode 4. I was, like, 15 minutes into it. Each episode's, like, 45 to 50 minutes of All Her Fault. So it's starring this Sarah Snook and Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning's kind of like a co-star in it, because Alex is like, isn't it all about her? I said, no, she's just kind of like a co-star in it. So I was like, I want to finish this tonight. I need my mittens is what I need. But this coat actually kind of keeps me warm like this. I was like, I want to finish the show tonight. So I was like 15 minutes into episode 4 when I started last night. So I had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I watched all of it last night. I finished it last night. And I went to bed. It was like right at about 5 o'clock when I went to bed. It is so good. But can we just talk about, first of all, okay, like, they're supposed to be wealthy in the show, like, because they kind of don't know if, like, their kid is kidnapped for, like, a ransom or not. But they're both, like, Alex's age, and they're wealth management. They own wealth management companies. Like both of them. The husband works for one and she owns one. They act like their house is like, they don't act like it's like real average. I mean, everybody, I mean, they say in the show, they're like, well, you're well off. Like the brother goes, you're well off. And they talk about like, oh, well, you do well and things like that. I'm like, do well? Have y'all watched this show? Have you seen this house? Okay. I've been to a few houses like this in my life for like parties and stuff like that. But I don't have the camera stopped. I don't have a lot of friends of mine that just like, I mean, maybe like one or two that I know and that I've known for, you know what I mean? But like, maybe not even that. I don't know. Maybe one person in my, I don't know. Like, I've been to parties and places like this, but this house is like, it's, first of all, it's gated. Okay. Not in a gated community. It's a gated house. I've been to my fair share of gated houses. Okay. But this is a gorgeous home, okay? I mean, it is unbelievable. Like, drive in. It's massive home. Has an infinity pool. It overlooks, like, this lake and woods. There's a guest house, okay, where his brother lives. There's, like, it's all this extensive landscaping. It is unbelievable home. And they just act like it's just, like, a house in the street. Like, where have we gotten to? And, I mean, they do talk about, like, they have a lot of money and they're well off. This is way past well off, okay? This is, like, wealthy. Like, this is, like, wealth. I don't know if anybody else thought that. I'm, like, looking at this. I'm like, this house is gorgeous. Like, this house is, I love this house. I love this. I mean, if I walked in this house for a party, I'd be like, damn, I like this house. I want to go swim. I always, whenever I see a swimming pool, y'all know I love to swim, okay? When anybody's got a swimming pool like that, especially, oh my God, I love an infinity pool. I'm like, can I go swimming? I would be calling that Marissa. That's her name in the movie. I'd be like, can I come over and swim in your infinity pool? But anyway, I love how they just act like in this. I mean, have we gotten to a point in these TV shows where we just act like everybody's owns wealth management companies and owns homes like this? Like, it's just normal. Like, do you know what's going on in the world? Like, where have we gotten that we just act like this stuff is normal? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, the only reason I'm bringing into it that I've been to, like, parties or I know a couple people, like, I mean, yes, I understand that there are people that live like that. I don't know a lot of people that do. For us to just act like it's so normal. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Most of my friends live in, 2-3 bedroom homes, 3 bathrooms, maybe a basement, like, I don't know. Like, most of my friends don't live this way. Most of the people that I know don't live this way. So, I don't know, but it was a gorgeous home. Dakota Fanning's house was beautiful, too. And then they make Dakota Fanning's house look like it's so small. What I didn't understand about it is at the end of it, I'm not really sure if she moves, or I don't think she does, but at the end of it, she has this whole sitting area. I mean, it's outside of Chicago. It's like in the suburbs of Chicago, like Lake Forest. They don't really say where it's at, but it's outside of Chicago. And Dakota Fanning has this, like, area where they sit. There's, like, palm trees and, like, this. I'm like, what is this room? Her whole house is, like, very modern. It's gorgeous. But anyway, her husband's a school teacher. She's a marketing rep, so I understand she's probably, but, like, the whole movie, the show, he's real upset that she has a job. And I'm like, you're not affording that house on a school salary. I know that. I got friends of mine that are teachers. They're not living in homes like that. So, I don't know. But anyway. But it was so good. It was so good. I'm going to do my review to it this week. So, I'm going to do, like, at the beginning of my reviews, now I'm, like, not doing spoilers. And then I kind of go in and do some spoilers. So, that will be this week. Okay. So, then after that, I went to bed. I had a lot of nightmares last night. I don't really know even how, like, I don't know. This is not really anybody that I've ever, I mean, I may have referenced stories about him, but this is not really anybody that anybody would ever connect me to, so I can tell the story, but I talked about how, like, I didn't really have friends growing up, and I didn't. But there was a family that lived on a street behind us. I don't even really remember. We were, like, in a science class or something together. It was, like, 6th grade, towards the end of 6th grade. But he was always, like, really busy with, like, a band and stuff like that. And so our friendship kind of ebbed and flowed. But he was really... Maybe it was 4th or 5th grade. I can't remember. But, like, he was like really my only friend. Like I go and do sleepovers at his house, and I can remember it was a period when my mom was like drinking real heavily, and his parents were, I think, very aware of that because they would like have me come over for like sleepovers, and he had 2 brothers, and they would always be like running around and whatever, and it was a cozy home and family for me. And he went on a lot of trips with me and my dad when I was growing up, and it would have been before my stepmom, so yeah, it would have been. But anyway, but we stayed friends throughout the years. They ended up moving, so they were from Arizona, and they ended up moving back to Arizona. And so I would go out there he would come here to visit sometimes, and I would go back out there to visit, or go there to visit sometimes, even until I was like, I don't know, like whatever. But I've talked to his mom. I keep up with his mom a little bit. I would say like every 4 to 5 years. We don't talk. We just like, message and whatever. I haven't talked to him in forever. We might comment on something on Facebook, but I don't post anything on Facebook. But about a month ago, he had a heart attack. I think he's like a year younger than, maybe like 6 months younger than me. He had a heart attack, and it was not good. And so he was like, I think he was like on a trip or something, and he was in Florida, and they lifelined him home. I don't want to get into a lot of details, but he was like a research physician. And I remember because like he would always ask my dad a lot of medical questions. My dad really, really, really liked him as a kid, and he always wanted to be a doctor. He was like, I want to be a doctor. Like, I'm really interested in this kind of medicine and all this kind of stuff. And he ended up being like a research oncologist. But like I had reached out to his mom a couple times. She would put updates every once in a while. He wasn't really getting any better. He was like, he had been in a coma after this heart attack. I didn't really understand it. Like, he seemed pretty healthy and stuff like that. And I've reached out to her. I haven't heard back from her yet. I'm sure they just are a lot going on. But I saw that she posted yesterday on Facebook that he had passed away, like at 5:20 yesterday. We were sitting there watching The Housewives, and I was like rolling through Facebook, and it came up. It's like so surreal. Like I haven't talked to him, and like Alex was asking me at brunch. He's like, "When's the last time you talked to him?" I said, it's been, I don't know, forever. I'm 53, probably. It was before I met Alex, so. It's been a really long time, 20 years maybe, that he and I talked on the phone. He reached out to me after the accident, but we just messaged each other. I was talking about this the other day. It's like surreal as you get older. It's sad, but like I didn't really have a relationship with him anymore, but like he was really one of the, other than my girlfriends when I was like later in high school, he was really like one of my, I had these 2 girls that I was friends with, like, was it the summer after 6th grade, I think? He was friends with them too, but like he was kind of like my off and on friend through the years, but he was really, really involved in like science stuff. He's very smart, very, very smart. And music stuff, and so like our friendship would kind of come and go a lot, but he was like really one of my only like really like only guy friends that I ever had growing up that I like stayed close with ever, like probably the only guy friend that I had. And I was talking about this the other day. It's like as you get older, it's like people like Alex and I were talking about it at brunch, and I said, your grandma's still here, like your aunts are still here, your uncle's still here, your cousins are still here. It's like, I have Caroline. I have my dad and my stepmom. That's it. That knows my, like, real youth. I can remember him, like, being over at our house, and, like, God, we would have been friends a lot younger than that. Because I can remember us, like, maybe, like, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. I can't remember. I remember us going to, like, going to see Santa Claus at the mall and stuff. Yeah, it was young. And, playing Monopoly, and his mom coming in there and being like, okay, it's time for bed, the dice are too loud, and I don't know, it's surreal, don't know if you guys can see this, but it's like really snowing all of a sudden out here. Can you guys see it? Can't really see it, can you? I'm trying to, if you can see it out there or not. It's so pretty. I don't know, like I'm sad, and I'm sad for his family, obviously. What's surreal is that his brother passed away a year ago, literally to the day. I honestly don't even know how his mom is handling it. The other thing that's surreal is that his dad passed away, I think, almost at the exact same age that he was from a massive heart attack. You know, I talked about the health stuff on here the other day. As you get older, it's like, yeah, I can fit into clothes that I haven't fit into in a while and stuff like that and whatever. But that shit becomes very, very real when you start having people that are contemporaries of yours and people that you knew. How is the battery at the halfway mark already and it's 40 minutes? Maybe it's because it's so cold out here. Guess what, though? I have another battery in my pocket. Oh, I've become my mom. Kleenex and a battery. Maybe it's because it's so cold out here. That's why the battery is so low. But, like, that stuff becomes very, very real. I even have, like, people that I know that, like, they'll be like, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, he had, like, a heart attack, like, when he was running. I mean, really healthy people. I'm 53. I cannot risk being unhealthy. You know what I mean? Which is, like, that forces me to get out there and walk. That forces me to, like, I mean, I overdid it on the Little Debbie's the other day, but the next day I was like, no, we're not doing this. We're going back to, like, limited sugar and things like that. I mean, I'm really, really conscious of that now. Like, Alex was in the kitchen the other day, so he has a big, like, pure filter tank in the fridge, and I have, like, a gallon thing. And so he fills his, like, every couple days. And he was like, you're going through water like crazy. And I was like, because I keep on filling it. And I was like, yeah, I've been drinking so much water. And I mean, he always has drank a lot of water, but he's like, that's really good, babe. He's like, I'm really proud of you. I was like, yeah, I'm drinking so much water lately. And I don't know. It's weird as you get older, though. I feel like, you know, I was telling Alex today, I was like, it's like Caroline, my dad, my stepmom, and Susie. Like, my mom's friend, my Aunt Susie. Like, that's it. Like, from my childhood. Susie, like, came to visit, but, like, if I would mention some people to Susie, Susie would be like, I've never met that person. I mean, she lived in Colorado. Do you know what I mean? Like, Caroline doesn't know a lot of the people from my childhood because we lived in two different areas of Indianapolis, and I mean, our friend groups were different. She was 3 years older than me, you know, like, our family friends and stuff, some of them were similar, but some of them weren't. Like, my mom had a lot of friends that were never friends with, like, that never came over to my Aunt Kathy's house that Caroline wouldn't know. Like, if I mentioned them to Caroline would be like, oh, I remember your mom talking about them, but she wouldn't know them if they came up on the street, and vice versa, you know? And my dad, you know, it's hard. My stepmom didn't come in until later, and then my dad, it's hard. I mean, early enough that she does remember stuff. She remembers a lot. And, I mean, it's strange as I get older because, like, my stepmom will entertain conversations about my mom more. Like, my dad doesn't really go down memory lane much, but, like, he will with, like, stories about his childhood and whatever. But, like, my stepmom, like, I was, like, 12, I think, when they got married. So, like, 10 when she probably came into the picture. But, you know, I'm, like, grateful for the age difference now because she remembers a lot of stuff. I mean, she's probably the one that remembers a lot of stuff from my childhood. Like, she'll text me stuff and she'll be like, do you remember when we went and did this? Do you remember when we went and did that? And, but, like, she's, like, the only one. You know, it's, like, hard as you get older. Like, I remember talking to my mom's friend Susie not too long ago, like, oh, maybe a year ago, and I said, she said something about one of her friends had passed away that, like, my mom knew. And she's like, she said, it's, like, so hard. And I said, she said something about, like, when you get older and, like, all your friends are gone. And I go, it must be hard because you have no idea. She was like, and my dad has said the same thing. My dad's like, I pretty much outlived everybody that I knew in my entire life. He was like, or they're, like, in memory care units or whatever. Like, I mean, my dad's 85 and he's at home, like, functioning, watching Law and Order and reading and things like that. And I think he has one other friend that's like that, and most everybody else that he knows are, like, in memory care units or have passed away. And he's like, it's hard, you know? He's like, And I think, like, I'm almost kind of like, it's weird because I feel like it's happening to me earlier than it happened to, like, my parents and stuff. I mean, my dad, when he was in his 50s and 60s, I mean, they were traveling the world. They weren't thinking about all this kind of stuff. But, you know, I do look back on that. Like, my dad's fraternity brother, who was, like, his best friend his whole life, probably died when they were both 55. I think he died of a massive heart attack. That's who we used to go visit in Sarasota and stuff like that. And so, I don't know, it's just, you guys, I have to show you this. Look. Do you see all the snow on the table? Can you see it now coming down? It's pretty. It's weird. It's like, that's one of the things that, like, I didn't really think about getting older. You know, I think when you're younger, you think about, like, how you're gonna look as you get older. You know, like, I don't really care about that. I mean, I fully accepted that I'm going to look older. I fully accepted that, you know, my hair turned white. You know, it's like, I think I look older now that I've lost weight than I did when I was heavier. Tanya and I have talked about that for years. Oh, my God. Having some weight on your skin, you know, like, I mean, that does make you look younger, you know, I mean, it really does. The more weight I lose, the older I look. I'm 100%, I fully am aware of that. I look in the mirror and I see it. But it's also that I'm just getting older, you know, like, I took those pictures I was talking about at the wedding, and I was like, damn, you look older. Like, I mean, it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like you're trying to pass for 40 anymore. It's like, maybe people won't guess you for 65. I know I look older. I don't have an issue with that. I really don't. Those were the things I thought I would care about. I mean, it's surprising to me. You know, it's surprising to me because I'm like, I didn't think it would come that quickly, if that makes sense. Where one day you just wake up and you realize, okay, your hair's white, you got a white beard. You know, like, I feel like it just kind of happened, you know? And, but those are the things, like, in my youth, I thought, like, those were the things I would care about. Like, looking young, you know, keeping up, you know what I mean? As I've gotten older, and even, like, with people that I know, like, I know people that are, like, consumed with, like, trying to stay as young looking as possible. I'm not talking about good skin treatment and stuff like that. I think we should all probably do that. I know I need to do a 100 times better job with that. I'm talking about, like, people that are obsessed with trying to look 20 years older. There becomes a point, and I don't listen. I have close friends of mine that are like that. I don't judge anybody for that if it makes them feel happier. I just feel like it's a losing battle. It's how with me. And so I just step into it. Like, I'm getting older, just step into it. You know what I mean? And so I think it's really, really hard. I also think, like, my mom and I used to talk about the double standard with men and women. 100% that double standard exists. I mean, like, I have only had people, it is sticking to it's sticking to the roofs now, so it must be getting a lot colder. I have only had people come up to me, and especially women, and say things like, you're very attractive, and things like that to me, as I've gotten white hair or a beard and gotten older. That didn't happen to me when I was younger. And never anybody hit on me when I was younger. Now when I'm older, like, it doesn't happen all the time, but if it does happen, it's happened when I've been older. I remember my mom and I talking about that because my mom wanted to let her hair go white. I've talked about this so many times, and she's like, do you think it'll age me? And I said, oh, absolutely, it'll age you. But, like, do you care? And she would say, it's like, women have this, that in society, women are supposed to keep up this standard that we're supposed to look 25 to 30 for the rest of our lives, but men can get away with, like, looking older, putting on weight, having white hair, and we're just seen as wise. It's really sad, but that's the truth. I mean, it really is. That double standard entirely exists in our society, and we've got to stop judging people based on the physicalities of their aging and how they look. I mean, it's going to happen to all of us. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it's one of the reasons why, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, like, the Joan Didion Celine ad. I love this ad so much. Not to mention, when I was talking about the Victoria Beckham, a couple people were, like, when I was talking about my mom's hair with the Victoria Beckham, a couple people were commenting about that. I will show you what my mom's hair looked like towards the end of her life. Celine. Joan Didion, the author, I love her work. Okay, this is kind of, my mom, I mean, Joan Didion's probably like 80 in this picture. But anyway, this is kind of my mom's haircut. And she always wore black and big sunglasses, so she did kind of look like that. But I love Joan Didion so much. But anyway, I mean, I love that Joan Didion is somebody that was so fashionable. She's on a Celine ad for sunglasses, and she just stepped into aging. I think, like, I don't know. But it's hard, you know? It is really, really hard. It's interesting because it kind of comes in waves. Like, I was looking at my hand the other day, and I noticed, I was like, it was the first time that I noticed. Like, I noticed it around my eyes. I noticed my hands are starting to look older, you know? And I don't know if that's because, like, it's not summer anymore and I'm not as tan, but I was like, my hands are starting to look older. This is, like, the first time that I've ever really noticed it before, you know? So it's hard. And then, you know, like the things this is something I would recommend to people, like when you're younger, if you're, I don't know, below 30, keep a journal, keep a notebook. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys, don't necessarily feel like you need to, if you're a journaler, you're a journaler, love it, right? But don't necessarily feel like you have to journal everything, but moments. I wish I had kept just an outline or a list of moments, you know, like, Alex and I need to start doing this. Alex and I last night, we were sitting around, he's like, I want to go get some snacks. I go, okay, well, I want to go get some snacks too with you. And so I had some errands to run, so I was like, do you mind taking? He's like, no, not at all. So we went to go run these errands, and then we went to Kroger or the grocery store, and I said, now, can you give me a while in here? He's like, yeah, babe, take as long as you want. So he went in there too. We both like had these, we both had like those, you know, those push grocery carts, but we don't grocery shop together. I have my cart, he has his cart. And so we both had a little cart, you know. And so we were in there and we were kind of flirting with each other. And we were like, at first it was funny because we were like in the baked areas. I kept what was the song? I made up another song yesterday for the dog. Sweet potato pie. It was something to do with a sweet potato pie, but not the Alabama song or whatever that country music band is. But anyway, they had sweet potato pies right when we walked in, and I wanted little ones. I didn't want a big one. I said, I don't need a big sweet potato pie. And what did I keep on singing? I think I just kept on, I called Otis sweet potato, sweet potato, sweet potato, sweet potato pie. I think that's what I was saying to him. But anyway, at first we were like, we'll do this every once in a while, like at resorts and stuff like that. If one of us gets down to dinner early, like sitting at the bar or whatever. So we were kind of flirting with each other. Like, we didn't know each other in the grocery store, and we're like, hey, how are you? But then it was funny because, like, Alex turned a corner. We didn't shop together the whole time. And so, like, he came up beside me. I was like, hi, how are you? And he goes, I go, oh my God. So then we walked through the store, and we were, like, flipping each other off. But it was so fun. I had such a good time. Like, I walked up all the aisles last night. I actually got done before Alex, and I was in there longer. I bought so much crap. Alex bought so much crap. We had so much fun. Just going to the grocery store was so much fun, right? And we were listening to music and jamming out on the way home. I mean, like, those are the moments I wish I had written down, you know? Like, what was yesterday? November 8th, 9th? I wish I would have written down, you know, like, I need to start this today. Like, November 8th, going to the grocery store with Alex, flirting in the flirting in the fruit section with the vegetables, you know. It was fun. And I got home last night, I was like, that was, like, I always go through it. This is something I learned from that book, Magic, by Rhonda Byrne, like, have the magic stone or whatever, and, like, hold on to it, and think about what your best memory of the day was. But I don't hold on to the magic stone anymore, but last night, I was thinking about the best moment of my day, and I was like, it was going to the grocery store. Like, I had such a blast, you know, going to the grocery store with Alex. I kind of couldn't get out of my head last night when I was laying in bed, and I had a lot of nightmares last night. Alex was asking me what they were about. I was like, I don't know that I necessarily remember, but I was thinking a lot about my friend. I was just kind of talking to him a little bit about thanking him for his friendship when I was younger. It is sticking to the ground now. This is crazy. I don't know. I want to show you guys this really quick. I mean, it's really, I don't know if it's showing up on camera at all. It really isn't showing up on camera, but it is like really, really coming down. Do you guys see that it's sticking on the ground a little bit over there? These ferns have got to go inside. But I was just kind of like talking to him in my head last night before I laid down, or while I was laying down. I don't know, I just got kind of really sad last night. And like I said, it's like I haven't talked to him in over 20 years. I mean, we message each other randomly. I don't even know the last time that we did. But it's like, my hands are getting really cold. It's like I don't think you can really tell this to somebody until you've experienced it yourself. So if you're my age or older, I'm sure you probably get it. But it's like when you finally start figuring out like what really matters in life, and how important the small moments are with the people that you love, or like, complaining about like, oh God, I don't want to call my mom, or oh God, I don't want to go over and see my mom today, or I don't want to go to this Christmas, gotta buy presents, you know, all that kind of stuff, and complain about this and complain about that. It's like then you look back and those are the moments that you loved the most, or those are the moments that you wish you had now, but it's too late and the people are gone. It's like you wish you could have like learned that earlier, you know? Like I wish I would have learned that in my 20s. But I think you have to lose so much to really learn that, to have that kind of appreciation and gratitude for it, that it takes a long time to learn that. And by the time you learn it, it's almost too late, and then you're grown up and you're older, right? And then it's like, well, I would go back and change things, but you can't. And like, I'm so happy I focused this year on positivity and living in the present moment and all of this, and it's going to make me very conscious of thinking about what my goals are going to be for 2026. Like, I just don't want to waste any more time on just, like, negativity and whatever. It's like, you know, I was really thinking about that yesterday. I was like, here my friend is that passed at the same age as me, and he's, I think, like I said, I think he's 6 months younger than me. Oh, no. Because his birthday is in September, so he's 3 months younger than me. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know, like, that could be any of us. I mean, trust me, I've thought about this every single day since the accident. You know, like, I've thought about it every single day. I mean, at least once it goes through my head, like, you do not take this life for granted because you really shouldn't be here right now. And so you look at that and then you think, and you're wasting your time getting consumed with this? Live your life. Baby, live your life. Walk that walk, watch that show, take pictures, flirt with your husband in the grocery store, travel, sing. If you can, do the things that make you happy. Don't go into debt, but buy the bag you want to buy. You know, don't feel like you owe anybody any explanations or anything for anything, you know? Just don't. You live your life. You live your life. And you live your best life, however that means for you. I'm just... You know, I don't know, it's sad that we have to go through so much loss to finally get there. You know, I look at, like, my mom's life, and, like, I think, like, if she were here today, things that she would, like, she got very, very focused on negativity a lot. Like, my mom could be a very negative person. I think if she were here today, she would say, I got consumed with things, and I wasted my life, and I wasted days and hours on negativity. And in the end, it wasn't like I had any conclusive answers or I proved anything or anything happened as a result of it. It just was a waste. It was a waste of time, you know? We're all going to do that. We all have, like, things we have to worry about and things. But I would rather save those thoughts and that stuff for things I really have to worry about, you know? Like, real issues. I don't know. It's sad. But I'm grateful for his friendship. I mean, I look back on my childhood, and as a very, very lonely kid, he was one of the only, like, real friends I ever really had. And even, like, looking back, it wasn't like, I mean, I had friends, like my mom's friends' kids and stuff like that, but, like, this was my friend that I made, you know, like, and it's strange, because, I mean, like, there was, like, I can just remember him always being, like, busy. Like, he was in marching band and stuff like that. Like, well, he was only here for 1 year of high school, and then they moved back to Arizona. But he was, like, that whole, like, he was always in band stuff and band practices and math leagues and things like that. So we didn't, like, we would see each other, like, on breaks and stuff like that. But, like, he was, like, always really, really busy with doing stuff. But, you know, I'm really thankful for his friendship. And he helped a lot of people in his life. And, I don't know. I was thinking about that today. I was like, I can remember him being a kid and asking my dad. And he's like, one day I want to be like a doctor, you know? And I don't know that it necessarily has anything to do with my dad, but I think that that's kind of cool that my dad maybe in some small way kind of inspired somebody, you know, that went on to He was a pediatric oncologist, and he, I think, really helped a lot of people. Not my dad, my friend. So, Godspeed. It's weird getting older. You know, it is. It's like, you say getting older, and it's like, immediately, it's like you feel like, oh, old. But like, when I go inside and I'm not looking at myself in the camera, for looking at myself in the camera every single day, like, I mean, you can't shy away from the fact that you're getting older when you look at the camera every day and you have a white beard and white hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't shy away from that. And so, it's like I'm fully aware that, like, I look older than I did, like, you know, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, things like that. But at the same time, like, when you say getting older, it sounds like so... The camera stopped. Are we at an hour? I can't believe, like, the battery went to the halfway mark about 10 minutes ago, and it hasn't stopped yet. So, it'll start flashing, like, in a minute, or something like that. But anyway, when you say getting older, like, immediately in my head, I think I'm old. But I don't feel old. Like, as soon as I go, like, somebody asked me not too long ago, they're like, when you're not, like, filming or whatever, or, like, you're sitting around watching TV, do you have your hat on? No. Like, if I'm inside, my hair's a mess, and I don't ever have my hat on. Like, I take my hat off as soon as I go inside. If I take the dogs outside, I'm always, like, afraid I'm going to run into a neighbor, so I always do put a hat on. I have this Avett Brothers hat. I've been trying to, like, form it to my head, so that's the hat I've been wearing outside a lot. It's comfortable, but it's not super comfortable. I can't figure out, like, what size of the fitting, you know, the size of the fitting, like, right there to get it on. So, but anyway, and I love the D-squared denim hat, but I kind of save it for, like, if I'm going to things, but then I end up doing my hair, so I don't end up wearing the D-squared hat. I'm very protective of the D-squared hat because I lost that icon hat, that corduroy icon hat, and so I'm like, I don't want to just take, I have a tendency of, like, okay, with, like, Tanya Jean, like, well, Alex too, but Tanya Jean, I seem like, if we go to a meeting, like, after the meeting, I'll, like, take my hat off and throw it on the ground on the floor of her car, because I'm just like, I don't want a hat on right now. And then, like, I'll get out, and sometimes, like, I forget to get my hat off the floor of her car, or whatever, you know, or, like, I've done that with Alex, like, left my hats in the floor of his car. That's how I lost that icon hat to begin with. I was getting off a plane, and I, like, put it on the seat next to me, and then I walked out with no hat on. So that's how I lost that hat to begin with. I'm terrified. I mean, any other hat, I don't think you can order these Hot Rod LA hats anymore. What is on there? Is that snow? I don't think you can order these hats anymore. I think these Hot Rod LA hats are, like, they don't have them on the website anymore. But anyway, I'm gonna have to get these ferns in here in, like, minutes. It is, like, freezing. Oh, the battery is flashing red. All right, well, I'm gonna get off here. Okay, I'm not gonna put the new battery in because it's cold out here and all that. So I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday. Hope you're getting rested, relaxed, rejuvenated, and refreshed for the week ahead. If you're watching this on Monday morning or for Monday, we're gonna have a great week. This is gonna be a really positive week. Let's focus on gratitude, simplicity, and living in the moment this week and being grateful for everything we have. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. Thanks for always being here for me. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.